Forget all that you know about periods. I am about to enlighten you.
Wait, how much do you know about periods?
Nothing.
So strangely enough, the last video brought us here wanting to ask more questions to Arden about periods to see kind of as a representation for the male gender, how much guys know about periods. What's percentage are you aiming for, or do you think you'll get?
Percentage? I mean, honestly, I think, look, if I'm being realistic, I think I'm about at like a 10% of I know.
10%?
I think it's 10%.
I'm too
I mean,
private
from
then.
what you what you told me.
Yeah. How much did you know before we got married?
Actually, maybe I'm a little more. Maybe I'm being a little too hard on myself. How much did I know before we got married? I'd cut that at least in half. It'd probably be like, maybe like 2.5%.
Okay.
And that was from poorly taught,
Well, growing up with boys.
Yeah, poorly taught health education classes. That's all my information. And the purity talk when my dad gave me the talk. I mean, I guess he talked about it a little bit, I feel like, maybe. This is getting into a weird place, so I would love just to figure out why we're doing this video.
You'd rather jump into the period questions, okay?
No, I don't want to. I mean, I do. It's going to get me uncomfortable.
Guys, we want you to follow along, so be sure to put your percentage, how many you got right, in the comments, and we'll see which of you get a better score than Arden.
Yeah, hopefully it's a lot of women watching this channel. You all can laugh at me. I know God made periods, and I know they serve a purpose.
All right, so I'm going to start with an easier one, throw you a bone a little bit. What is this?
This is a tampon. I know that because I, on multiple occasions, have had to go to the store, Target specifically, and ask one of their employees, can you show me where the tampons are? And then show them a picture of my wife sent me this one. What's the difference between the gray and the white, or the...
You always look for that brand.
Yeah, the regular or the, what's the other one?
Light,
See,
super.
That's actually good.
Flex.
I'm bumping up my percentage to like 15 now because I knew a pretty good amount of that because of
That's only one question though.
the embarrassing
How's that embarrassing?
grocery runs you always send me on.
All right, so your periods can actually get worse during a certain temperature adjustment. Do your periods get worse in cold or in heat?
Okay, so I would say that it gets worse in cold because every time you are on your period or about to start your period, you get the cramping and you put a heating pad down there and it's supposed to help the inflammation.
Yeah.
So,
Well, yeah. I mean, your answer is right.
am I right?
You used.
Is that why you moved
logic.
us from Colorado?
That's
It's just
it.
because your periods during the winter?
Are you saying that's a unvalid reason?
No, that's a great reason. I actually have a question for everyone out there too, as you're listening, which would be great to put down in the comments. What did you think about how in the Bible it talks about women would actually have to be out of the camp during their period? Unclean. Let's maybe have a little conversation about that, but I'll let you keep going.
We're supposed to bring people to faith, not push them.
No, I think it's interesting.
I'm just glad I'm in this time period. Yep, that's all I'll say about that. I think there are many guys that wonder about this question, so let's see if you get it right. Can a woman get pregnant while they're on their period?
Okay, see, you have told me the answer for this one, but this is a question that I constantly second guess, because if we're having sex and, whether you're on your period or not,
Yep.
I'm like, can we just skip any protection on that end? And just because you're on your period. But then I second guess myself, so I really don't know. Like if you had asked me, if you backed me up into the corner, I would say no, you can't get pregnant on your period. But then also
you gotta give one answer.
I know, but then I'm also like, I don't want to stand really firm on that because let's say someday that's what leads to an amazing miracle someday. Is my second guessing myself.
So your answer is no, you can't
No,
get pregnant.
can't get periods.
Wrong.
Wrong. See? we could have had a kid by next year.
It's like something's flushing out, but something can still make its way through.
Very nice.
Yeah. Okay, we'll leave that at that. Can you give me, and I'll give you a little leeway on this one, what the average age for a girl to start her period is?
My guess would be when a guy hits puberty, so it's kind of same age, which I think it's a guy begins puberty at 13 years old. So 13 years old, final answer?
Yeah, very good.
So 20%.
I think you're better than 20% right now.
I think I'm doing
You're
really
like
good.
75.
I know, so far I've answered it all. Yeah, three out of 4. That's really good.
That's really good.
You've taught me well.
Thanks. So apparently a long time ago, 1800s, girls started more around the age of 17, but now today they're starting around 12.
Why is that?
Crazy. Science, global warming,
That's science.
tampons. All right, this one's really interesting. I don't think you're gonna get the answer right. So if you took all of the consecutive time a woman bled throughout her life on her many periods, how many years would that roughly equate to?
No idea.
What do you think?
Like
How many years do you think I spend bleeding?
I mean, you bleed for like 3-4 days.
Yeah.
So, and that's every single month. So you got to do 3 times 12. I mean, and then you've got times that to a lifetime. That's just for math's sake. 70? I don't know. No, I'm saying 36 times 70 years. Wait, don't you go off your periods though? Mm-hmm. That's the thing. Boom! More interesting facts that I know about period is you eventually stop your period, and I don't know what age. I think it's you go into menopause.
Yeah.
You have menopause.
Or you
become menopause. So I'd say after you add it all up, I'd say it's like a total of maybe 10 years. No, that's too much. 5 years. 5 years.
What's your final answer?
5 years.
Oh, you shouldn't have second guessed yourself.
10 years, dang it. Oh.
Yeah, 10 years. Can you imagine just bleeding for 10 years?
That is actually kind of crazy. So think about that, bringing a little bit, because I love bringing a little bit of faith aspect into things, but bleeding for 10 years, the woman that was following Jesus, that was just trying to touch his hem of his garment, was bleeding for 12 years. Consistently. You were saying consecutively. I was saying consistently. But the miracle that is, I mean, that's incredible. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, I also kind of want to take a second here just to let people know, like, if you are battling something, if you've been consistently, dealing with some kind of illness, dealing with some kind of sickness, dealing with depression, dealing with anxiety.
Horrible periods even.
Yeah, for however long, that God can completely, one encounter with Jesus can completely rectify, completely bring healing, completely bring restoration to any situation you're going through. I feel like we just need some kind of faith aspect in here as we're talking about periods of all things. You can't keep us away from sharing the good news.
I love that you pointed that out, but I have to just kind of bring it back and girl power it at the same time. Think about 10 years, but also the years you spend pregnant.
Yeah.
That's a lot of years of stuff going on down there.
Good thing you don't have to do both, right?
You do have to do both, just not at the same time.
Not at the same time, that's what I was meaning. Exactly.
Good thing you don't have to do either.
Don't hit me.
This one is a question, but it's also maybe a test a little bit. Is PMS a real thing, or is it something girls have made up?
Oh, is that when you get mad every time your period's about to start? Mm-hmm. Yes, that is a real thing, as we found out from the last video too, or 2 videos ago. But it's not your fault. Like, here's the thing. I'm not trying to be like, yeah, it's a real thing and that's your problem. Deal with it. Like, I get it. You are in pain. You're uncomfortable. I bring you breakfast in bed and you slap me across the face. No, I'm kidding. But it's you're in pain. You're uncomfortable. I just basically.
Hold on. It's not even a response. It's a hormone influx.
Oh.
So it's not just I'm in pain, so I'm going to be in a bad mood.
Your testosterone.
PMS is when your testosterone and your estrogen overflow your body, so you have a wave of the female hormones where you really want to cry, you're really sensitive, and the testosterone, the male hormones where you're angry and aggressive. So imagine if you were top tier both of those things at the same time. Like, you know, when you get so mad, you either like want to punch something or you could just cry, like the stress is that real. That's what a woman feels the days before her period, as a hormone response, not just as a response.
You know, I once experienced that kind of rage and anger. Is one time back in high school, we were playing in a peach fuzz volleyball tournament at my school. And so all of our team, we thought it would be a good idea to take something called maca root, which was this natural testosterone booster, right before the tournament, because we're like, we'll get super amped, we're gonna play really well. And unfortunately we lost in the first round of the tournament. And so I left right away afterwards, and I went home, and I just remember going home and I was so angry at everything. Like, my mom was having me do the dishes and I was just like yelling, and she was like, "What is wrong with you?" And I was like, "Mom, I took some testosterone." And she was like, "You need to get downstairs and wrestle your brother right now." So it's a natural response.
One of your brothers about
Alec and I went downstairs and we fought. That's like the common thing that brothers do, is like, you have a good wrestle.
So the next time I'm PMSing, I actually need to wrestle you? Like,
that is very helpful.
And then watch a rom-com or something and just say it's okay?
Yeah, settle down. Best of both worlds right there.
Watch out, it's happening soon. So.
I'm actually looking forward to that.
All right, last question. It's a little bit of a harder one. What is toxic shock syndrome?
No, I have no idea.
What's your guess?
I mean, if I'm going to guess, it is when toxicity enters your blood system. That's why you are bleeding, and then you have a shocking response to that, and it happens multiple times.
You know, at first I thought you were going there, and then it just...
Really?
So toxic shock syndrome is when you get bacteria into your flow, and that can send internal toxic damage to like your lungs and different organs, and that can happen. I've heard it happens if you have either bad tampons or you leave it in too long. So it's...
Who would have guessed? Mind is going through a little bit of toxic shock. Not toxic shock, that sounds bad. It's not. It's a natural way of life.
Well, we hope you guys enjoyed this video, maybe a little bit more than you did.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely didn't. It was very uncomfortable.
I think you liked when you got them right. You surprised yourself a little bit.
I did not. But I mean, coming from an all-boy family, it was not something. I mean, technically, actually, my mom used to be very open about it. She'd like walk out of her bedroom and be like, "Guess who's on her period?" kind of thing. So we knew when that time was coming. Yeah, that's it. She needed to bring us into her world. She needs someone to talk to about it.
Well, I hope that you're all the better for learning this stuff. You know, girls, maybe you found out something about your very strong uterus and that you didn't know before. And guys, you now have a better way to understand your significant other or family members.
Future significant others. Hopefully this will be a good tool.
So single guys watching this video, don't know if that's our audience. Well, be sure to subscribe so you catch the next video. I promise it won't be about periods, but let us know what you do want it to be about. How can they do that?
You can let us know by commenting below. We would love to hear from you guys. Christian's really good about responding back to all the comments. So leave your comments below. Let us know what we can do. Or if you are battling things like we talked about earlier, where you need a prayer request, just leave a prayer request down below. Let us know how we can be praying about you, thinking about you. Or if you have any questions about faith, we'd love to answer those. Have a conversation the best that we can.
Resources.
Yeah, we can recommend some great resources, or go into deeper topics in the future around faith. So we hope you guys enjoyed this video, and we'll see you next time.